Welcome, everyone. Today we're doing a deep dive into the very complex business of streaming. Our goal, to figure out who really ends up paying for all the movies and shows you watch. So here's the big question to kick things off. Why does using Netflix feel like, a polished premium experience?
Yeah.
But watching YouTube often feels more like channel surfing through endless public access. It's not just aesthetics, right? There's a fundamental business reason.
Oh, absolutely. That difference is key. If you really want to grasp what's happening in media today, you need to understand that the quote-unquote streaming war, it isn't just one big fight. It's at least two separate wars, maybe more, being fought in completely different ways. Understanding these two arenas is, frankly, crucial.
Okay, so let's unpack them.
All right, war number one. Let's start there. This seems to be the biggest chunk, the user-generated content universe, the UGC world. And YouTube is just dominant here, isn't it?
Good.
Completely dominant. And the critical thing to understand about YouTube is that it operates as a platform, not really a publisher in the traditional sense. Think of it like a giant stage. They provide the stage, the lights, the audience access, but the performers, that's the creators, supplying content mostly for free. The business model is almost entirely built on advertising revenue. That's AVOD, advertising-based video on demand. Their main battle isn't against Netflix necessarily, it's for your attention. They're fighting against platforms like TikTok, Instagram Reels, anything that takes up screen time.
Okay, so that's the attention economy side.
Yeah.
But then we shift gears dramatically, right, into war number two. This feels more like the high-stakes, big-money fight. We're calling it the wallet war. This is about premium stuff, the blockbuster movies, the high-end series.
Exactly. And this war has two main weapons. Weapon number one, SVOD. Subscription video on demand. This is your classic Netflix, your Disney plus Hulu model. You pay a flat monthly fee, you get access to a huge library, all you can eat. And the whole game here, the entire strategy, is subscriber retention. How do we keep you paying month after month? Which leads directly to the need for massive, exclusive, original content. Think Stranger Things, The Mandalorian. That's what fuels this multi-billion-dollar content arms race.
Right, got to keep people hooked. But there's another weapon in this premium war.
There is. Weapon number two, TVOD, transactional video on demand. This is more like the traditional pay-per-view or rental model, just digital. Think buying or renting a new movie on the Apple iTunes Store or Amazon Prime Video Store. It's an a la carte approach. You pay a one-time fee either to own it, that's electronic sell-through, EST, or rent it for a limited time, digital rental. This is typically for high-value, really timely content, like a movie just out of theaters.
Okay, SVOD subscriptions, TVOD one-off payments. Seems clear enough. But you mentioned things are getting messy.
Extremely messy. And this brings us to the biggest structural shift, what we're calling the Great Window Collapse. See, for decades, there was a pretty orderly flow for a movie, like a waterfall. First, it hit the movie theaters. Then, after a set period, a window, it would become available for rent or purchase on TVOD. Then later, it might land on an SVOD service, and eventually, maybe even free TV. Clear stages.
Okay, I remember that. Theaters, then video stores, then maybe HBO.
Exactly. But that neat pathway, it's basically collapsed. It's created this great blur. Now you have SVOD platforms like Netflix acting like major movie studios. They produce their own blockbusters, and often they'll keep those movies exclusive to their service, maybe skipping that TVOD rental window entirely to force you to subscribe.
Ah, okay, so they're trying to drive subscriptions with the movie itself.
Yeah.
What about the traditional studios, like Disney? You see them putting movies on Disney Plus really quickly after theaters now. Aren't they, like, cannibalizing their own potential rental income from TVOD by doing that? That seems risky.
It is a risk, and yes, they are sacrificing some of that short-term TVOD money. But the calculation is different now. For Disney, owning the customer relationship through Disney Plus is the long-term goal. Dominating the subscription market is paramount. They're betting that locking you into their ecosystem is worth more in the long run than those individual rental fees. And look, this massive spending on content, combined with people feeling, subscription fatigue, having too many services, that pressure is precisely why we're now seeing the rise of the hybrid model. SVOD with ads, think Netflix's ad tier, or Disney Plus. It's sort of a release valve, a way to get more subscribers at a lower price point without totally abandoning the premium feel.
So it's all converging, the lines are blurring everywhere. Where does this head next? Is it just chaos?
Well, the next battleground is definitely shifting towards the living room TV itself, connected TV, or CTV. And the future likely involves much smarter bundling, probably driven by AI, trying to personalize offers and guide you through this increasingly complex landscape.
Okay, let's try and summarize this. It's a lot to take in.
Right. So, big picture. The streaming world, what we call OTT or over the top, it's really these two distinct fights happening at once. You've got the massive, free, ad-supported world of user-generated content, basically the attention war dominated by YouTube and TikTok. And then you have the premium content war, the wallet war, fought with subscriptions, SVOD, and rentals purchases, TVOD. And the key disruption in that war is the collapse of the old release windows, creating this great blur where streamers now act like studios, and studios are prioritizing their own streaming services above all else.
And the critical takeaway for, for us watching at home.
It really comes down to this. The way you pay fundamentally shapes the content you get, the SVOD subscription model. That really fueled the whole prestige TV era of the last 10, 15 years. Big budgets, complex narratives designed to keep you subscribed. The UGC AVOD model, that gave us the entire creator economy, different incentives, different kinds of content.
So this great blur, this collapse of the old system, it's not just business shuffling. It's actively deciding the future of Hollywood, essentially.
It absolutely is.
Which leaves us with a final thought, I suppose. This ongoing battle, this blurring of lines, it's fundamentally deciding who the new gatekeepers of content will be, who controls what gets made, and how it reaches your screen. So considering these shifting models, the subscription races, the ad tiers, the platform dynamics, the question for you is, what kind of gatekeepers do you actually want?